Now, what I like about these walks is not only the ability to know neighborhoods, go take a walk, and at this area that I'm in, they're multi-million-dollar homes, and what other people are gonna focus in using, I'm gonna just give them a call, right? You gotta go on there and knock on people's doors and introduce yourself, and the OG, that's what the OG sales that is going to do, you know. But you gotta be yourself, right? You just gotta be yourself and be honest. And look at this house now. Look at the back, man. It's just like incredible, incredible. Let me see if I can give you a little glimpse in the back. Man, this is awesome. So they'll have access to the let me see. So you can have. It's going to be a little sneak peek, right? So you can see. I can actually. There's no sign, but look at that. Look at all these houses right here at the back, as you can see. Right, you can see my thing right there. And why? Because they're all these 3 units are attached to each other because they're cheaper to build. So that's the other perspective. So let's see. Look at that. So all these houses right here. God bless real estate. Remember, people need a place to live, so. And if you see at the back right there, they're building more houses. Now, this is my personal opinion about real estate. You know, the interest rates are not gonna come down. Inflation goes up 4% every year. You basic economy 101, you'll see that, right? But the game of real estate is a patient game. You gotta be patient. The problem in this world becomes so impatient that that's where there's a lot of problems, because we're so impatient. We want everything right away. But look at these houses, man. Look at these houses. I mean, they're building like crazy here in North Carolina, man. Look at that stuff. You see, go to the back. You know, there's a lot of greenery, which I love about that, because they keep actually in the middle, so they, you know, they all use the, you know, the greenery that they're gonna use. And this is the other perspective. All these houses are building. They're probably gonna go for, I don't know. I think I'm gonna go. These guys are probably gonna go for 800,000 probably, right? You know, Wake County is pretty expensive, but you know, but it's just like anything else, you know. So you can come to your apartment complex, and boom, you can go for a run. All right, so while I walk in the path, I'm gonna take this little detour so we can see all the real estate is happening in North Carolina, baby. There's no shortage of money because people still building. Look at this, trucks coming in. There's another behind it, and there is tons of those ones. I mean, tons. This house is probably they're gonna go for $500,000. I mean, pretty much. They're still building, so there's no construction, so you know. Look at that, all these houses, and right here in the back, I mean, the amount of houses these people are building, it is incredible, which means it's gonna be a demand. But also, remember, all the economy adjust. So, right in the middle of the path, so you can, you know, you have a, you know, biggest house, but I can tell you most people don't even use the path, right? Because the way it is, but it's all opportunities, man. It's a plenty of opportunities. You go around 2 minutes, you find yourself in this path. There's another access. These houses, they're literally right here on the path. I mean, look at these homes. The only problem with this house, I mean, if you're gonna pay that much, hopefully they're gonna build like a pool. I mean, that in North Carolina. So, these houses are literally, you can see it. I mean, once they're done, we're gonna take you to a tour. Look at these houses, man. Look at these houses, man. This little enclosed porch. Maybe one more time over there. Just give a couple of perspective of these houses. And there's all of that stuff. I mean, look at this huge, holy mackerel. All over there. Then you're gonna do some workout. You know, you come down. You know, they already did a little landscaping. Ooh, man, you can come down. Now, right now, this is not too hot. You wait until later on. Now, that's because today's my late day, so I start a little about 12 to 9. But, I'll ask you to see that you come down. See, go to the back, and just boom, you're right there on the trail. Hey, they're amazing. And as I was walking in the path, I see this cutest dad with his daughter in a little cart, and it was so cute. And the guy was, you know, with a weight vest, and he was working out. And I wanted an interview so bad for the channel, but I was like, no, you know, this moment's like you capture those moments. I want to just take that moment for myself and see, you know, like a 2-3 year old girl off, and she's taken to school, and oh my god, it's so cute, man. It's all these moments, I'm telling you, man. Shout out to all the dads that are out there, man, taking care of the kids. It's just amazing, man. We're gonna do some cool stuff for dads, the sales dad here, man. I'm telling you. And hit the like button, by the way. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe to the channel. And man, this is just awesome, man. This is like really keeps me going every day, man. You know, seeing this positive mental attitude, man. You know. I'm gonna take you to the houses that they are already built. Kind of to give you an idea. But still, now the science doesn't stop here. Let me tell you, it doesn't matter about real estate. What it does matter, and I'm gonna give you one of the best tips ever. You know, these people along the road, they're gonna need maybe they want to change the kitchen, maybe the floors, then maybe the wife didn't like the floors, so there's gonna be a massive, and it's this happening to you know, maybe have another kid, and there's like a playground in here. Maybe they want to take that and modify, maybe build a little pool or something. So look, this one is actually real cool, man. Look at this detail on the garage, and I mean on the backyard, man. It's awesome. Now you got to be careful, obviously, to take these shots in some residential areas, because you know right now people are you know, those bunch of, you never know, man. I'm telling you. So you don't want to be walking around with, actually I have my camera on the front, so they're like, oh my god. So I'm just gonna stay up here and just, because I gotta finish my walk. Those finished houses. And you know, you're gonna come down. If you want to walk around it, boom, you go back, and there's the path. See, the key of some sort of business is about honesty. It's about honesty and doing the right thing for people. That's how you become a successful anything, you know. But look at this greenery in the back, man. I love it. I love it because they were able to maintain the greenery. So you still have, you know, the big houses in the back, but you have the greenery here, you know, and you can go back and there's a bike path. And this bike path you need really, I mean, you know, I like mountain bike. You can, people ride on the road bikes, but it's a mixture between gravel and some this asphalt. Quite honest, I like mountain bike. I have a road bike. I need to get me a mountain bike. I always had a mountain bike, so I'm in the process to get me one. That is for sure, because I really miss my my mountain bike, and especially because you can actually go in and go farther. Man, this is great, man. This is absolutely phenomenal. So, this father, I'm gonna tell you I told the story before, but this is actually the uncut version, the unplugged, the nice version. This is the nice version. So, one of the best memories that I have from my dad was in overseas in Mexico. I don't know if they still have that on stock, but they used to have this. It's like an F-150, but the Nissan kind of type pickup truck. So it was in the summer, and literally my dad said, "Okay, we're gonna go for a trip to maybe to the beach, and we're just gonna explore." So me and my sister, and she invited a friend from from high school. So then we go off to the races, right? He had our passports, and we went from Mexico City all the way to I don't know where's Mexico City, but anyway, it was all the way to Belize, and almost we did cross to Guatemala. But back in the so back in the day, pretty much there was this pristine little entrances after you get to Cancun, Playa del Carmen. There was literally this like raggedy ass town that was undeveloped, but it is literal like big beaches and axes like all over, man. I mean, it's just like incredible, right? And we went to archaeological sites. We were towns that you don't see on in YouTube, or back in the day we didn't have the iPhones or the nice phones we have today. So and it was one of the best experience, because as we were traveling, my father was as close as not as deep that Jacques Cousteau did with the oceans. My father did online. I mean, he went travel all over the place, and saw towns, and we were always like exploring little towns, taking the side roads, and so the vacation was probably like a month. And as we crossed to Belize, I mean, I don't know if you've never been in the Caribbean. I mean, Belize is like this turquoise waters. I mean, it's just like breath fucking taking, right? So we were staying in like a camping areas that used to pay like 5 pesos back in the day. Like it's like close to like cents like now. Now if you go today, I mean, there's these places are already developed, and those access, they're all private. They're private properties. Airbnb came along, and they might have some beach access. If you have, basically the only way you can do it is an off-road. These off-road vehicles can go to those axes, because there was no, Mexico have not still figured that out, what was the economy, until now you go to Cancun, Playa del Carmen, Puerto Vallarta. They're full of resorts and diving, but anyway. So my dad took us, and we went to these places like amazing. And when we were in the border from Belize, we almost crossed, I believe it was Guatemala. And I knew that dude wanted to go, but I don't know if my sister was like she was, and obviously, I mean, I don't know what was the reason, but you can tell that my dad wanted it. And me, it was like, I wish my dad would have said, fuck it, let's go. So he was, he was an explorer, and we just, I mean, that was, and I remember sitting in this place, and I'm talking about, he packed cans, so we didn't went to, like restaurants and everything is on the truck on the go, because you don't know when the next destination is going to be. He literally had a map. We didn't have GPS, as probably 30 years ago, 35 years ago, they didn't have GPS. It's basically hit the road and just park in some place like this you can see, and just put your tent and put some there was no, we didn't put any fire. Everything was like cans of beans and tuna fish, and we have like mustard, make in a cooler, because they didn't have all these fancy. Let me sit around a little bit. There was no any fancy hotels, but there was all rugged. All the, man, it's such a great experience, man. I really miss my dad, man. It was one of those things that, he passed away 2 years ago, and that dude was like an explorer. He was like the Mexican Indiana Jones, man. Like, he was literally, he made all this money. He used to bring people to. He used to, he spoke 4 languages, so he was he connected after, a few years back, and he connected with a bunch of wholesalers in Mexico City. And my dad was requested, like, my dad had, it was a unique dude, because he was always an explorer, right? He was like, that's probably in my 50s. I'm like, and sometimes my wife's like, what are we doing? Honey, don't worry. And then after that, that we found, oh my God, that's really cute, man. So yeah, imagine, I think the older we get, these times we're so into like, not going to explore, not going to just go out there and live our life, because, man, it's so fucking short. So as we were going, I remember we went to this place in Veracruz or Tabasco, Mexico. It was hot. I mean, I'm talking about, it was probably, I don't know, 100 degrees, but we just didn't care, man. We just were, and I don't believe he had a camera with him. We just having those moments with my dad. That's what I tell people. You gotta go and take a summer off and go to your dad. I was watching an Amazon a documentary about this dude that took a trip with his dad, obviously right after he was all grown up, and I believe the father has not terminal cancer, but he was able to recover, and he felt the necessity, like, why don't we go on a trip, right? So as he was going to his dad, and he went to he walked for couple of weeks, and that was actually kind of a good documentary. And but with spending time, because you don't know what when your next day is gonna be here. So, man, and I can guarantee you that if my dad would have I would say, Dad, let's go, because when you're so young, you're so stupid. Me, I would have said, Dad, let's go to fucking Costa Rica. And even there was Costa Rica and Guatemala. My dad probably, my dad, we have passports anyway. So we have passports. We have all the permits, and my dad packed that truck that was just so amazingly done, and we were just like, pack some, camping gear, and all rugged, man. They're all rugged, man. I wish I would have like a little 8mm camera, and that would be like, dude, like a small movie, man. Those fucking it's just like this man, just fuck, one of those days, man. And man, I'm telling you, man, Let's go explore. So if you haven't talked to your parents, go give them a call, because they're gonna be here for a long, man. If you have your dads that at their past, your grandkids, man, your grandkids will actually forget. I think I'm gonna be the coolest fucking grandpa. You heard this? Because I'm gonna take these people. We're gonna do explore. We're gonna do some fucking real rock climbing, and we're gonna see. You're gonna see, man. I used to work for a cruise line, so I remember my first month on the cruise line. I called my dad from Cozumel, and I wanted to quit. Literally, like a month after I got into the cruise line, I really wanted to quit. And my dad is like, "Shut the fuck up and finish," Like, and I was like, but after that, kind of like what I needed to hear that day. And with the best experience that I ever had was working on a cruise line, because I traveled to Europe. We went from we used to dock in Fort Lauderdale, from Fort Lauderdale to the Caribbean, Grand Cayman, St. Vincent, St. Thomas, Bahamas. Man, we had the time, single, no responsibilities. I didn't own a house. I didn't have a car. I didn't have any insurance, but we had the best time. We were in Barcelona. Actually, I saw my cousin in Barcelona, because my roots, I come from Spain. So my family lives in Barcelona. I have quite a few family, and man, we were in Russia, man. We were in fucking St. Petersburg, Russia. Who would have thought after all these years? I'm gonna put some pictures. I don't know, but I was in St. Petersburg, Russia. I was in Norway. I was in Denmark. I was in Finland. I was in Iceland. I was in Greenland. I was in Greenland, green fucking land, man. I was in Ireland. I was in Scotland, and which I throw away my the old. I don't know if I still have that bloody jersey from the rugby from Ireland. I really wanted to get that. I was like, I need to get, and I literally walked like the entire day to get the fucking 100% Irish. A jersey. I couldn't find any. We were in Dublin, and we were in actually Belfast when we took we were in her name was the Crown Princess, right? And that was literally the first time a cruise line had to go into Belfast for like decades. And we were in the newspaper, and people were like super excited to see the cruise line going into Belfast, and that was such a cool experience, man. I'm telling you. So happy Father's Day. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and share your dad stories, your father stories, man. I want to hear what was your best memory from your dad. And man, it's just like so fucking cool, man. And my dad was a badass. So I'm gonna finish my walk in here. I'm almost done doing my walk. I gotta go home, and we gotta hit the phones and plan the next trip, the next walk, because man, it's the best is yet to come. The story has not an end. The story doesn't end until you pretty much cease to exist out of this world. Your story still is being written, right? Make sure you follow your passion, follow your grit, and go enjoy nature. It's so cool. Go enjoy it. And I'm gonna go because I gotta take a shower. I gotta get some stuff before I get to the phones and finish a good sales, because I'm gonna take 4 days off because my kids are coming. So we're gonna spend Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 4 days. We're gonna go to the beach on Sunday. Hey, by the way, stay, because we're gonna go on a nice beach in North Carolina, and we're gonna have a good time.